And half of the time, most of this shit don't even fucking matter. All the lights and glamour, the spotlight, all that other extra shit, like it don't. Cause you could be stuck. You could be isolated, like, so you gotta do something about it. Fix it. Fix it. Do something.
Patience got me wrapped up from my thoughts so it can add up. Create a backup. I'm stuck on the subject, confused with the context of my mind.
Alright, y'all, welcome back to another installment of Creating Coziness. I'm here with my boy Jameer Green. Yo. So just to start it off, tell people, what you do, your background and everything.
I do filmmaking, videography, photography. I've been doing it for the last 6 years. But I've really been serious with it as far as independent wise for the last 4, I believe. I come from Franklin Township, New Jersey. And I currently go to Montclair State University where I major in TV production. But mostly a lot of people know me for my brand, which is Films by JTG. Where I do all different types of video and photography services, and yeah, I mean it's a good run so far. Been doing a lot of creative stuff, opening a lot of different gates into my career. So yeah, it's cool.
Word. So where exactly did you start? You say your major is TV production, but did you start with photography or did you start solely wanted to do videography and just dabbled into photography?
Well, originally I wanted to do broadcasting. I wanted to be in front of the camera, but then once I took my first video class in high school, that's when I started to just be more invested into actually being a director or a camera operator, people behind the camera that actually start the project rather than the people in front of it. And yeah, that's what really pulled me in. I was mostly doing video for the first, I would say 3 years of my career until I actually started to learn more about photography as far as which lenses are best for these type of shots or these. So yeah, but video's my main thing.
Word. So in the long run, do you see yourself, solely sticking to one thing, or do you see yourself, trying to combine all your talents to create something, different from any other artists that you've seen or been inspired by?
I feel like I just combine all my talents into one. I really avoid to try. Well, I avoid being so linear when it comes to just creating in general, because I believe that my standards are high. I have a very high pedestal when it comes to just putting out work. I don't want to do the bare minimum or even settle for it, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, if I'm settling for less, then it's not going to allow my brain to actually think outside the box. So me being able to do multiple creative things such as video, filmmaking, photography, graphic design, editing, music, doing all those shows other people that he's multi-talented and he doesn't have a bar or a limit to anything. So I'm always new to learning new stuff or just equipping new skills.
So with that being said, who are the people that you gain inspiration from or gain insight from in the art realm, being that you dabble in the different forms of art? So I know you have a lot of different perspectives on different artistic backgrounds and people who have come before you and done certain things. So who is someone specific or a few people that you have in mind that you can look at and be yeah, these are the people that shaped me into who I am?
First person, I'm gonna name 3. First person is A$AP Rocky. I was very heavy on his music at first, but then I started to dabble into just his artistic side when it comes to fashion or the way he directs his videos, and then the way he just structures himself as the main leader for a bigger group or a bigger picture. So he's definitely probably my number one inspiration when it comes to mostly anything creative, because I've been following him kind of from the start of his own career. Second person would be Spike Lee. Spike Lee's just overall, what is it? Importance, one in the culture, in the black culture, and then two, also creating these narratives and stories that some people were afraid to create, and also giving a spotlight to certain situations that we see on an everyday basis into the movie world. So yeah, he's definitely an inspiration. I actually met him when I was little, because I used to do I met Spike Lee when I was little, because I used to do like commercials and everything for the Knicks, but it was probably only one time I met him, because I went to an audition. But other than that, yeah, he's just an overall great person when it comes to like just filmmaking in general. And then my last person who I would say gives me the most inspiration when it comes to Odell Beckham Jr. He gives me a lot of inspiration when it comes to emotion and passion for something that you really, really love to do, whether or not how people really want to take it, because you want to win so much for yourself that it overplays your actual emotion to other people, thinking that it's like a bad or negative energy, when really you just want positive things to happen, not for yourself but for the people that are around you, that are supporting you. So he's definitely my top three too.
Word. So speaking on Odell Beckham, do you feel like you've gone through certain situations where you let your emotions show, or try to show yourself to your fullest ability, and people around you are looking at you certain ways because of that?
I really haven't experienced that, but I'm getting into a new path of my creative abilities, which is music, to where now I can really talk about certain things that most people wouldn't know, or equip myself into a different mindset that most people think I wouldn't be able to tap into, because most people know me for like videos and pictures and everything, even though I want to get my message across whenever I am putting out work, and I believe I do every single time. But for me to put that in words now is like it's very, very difficult, because sometimes I could write something and then be stuck and then come back to it and then finish it, but it now allows me to actually use my vocabulary in certain ways for people to be attracted to it, but then also understand what I'm talking about. So that's probably gonna be the one time where I feel like people are like, damn, like maybe he's like a little bit too much into his emotions, when at the end of the day I'm just trying to portray a story. So basically trying to paint a picture.
Yeah, it's different. Well, speaking from where you started to now, like, what are a few projects or experiences or whatever it may be that you look back on and feel like this was like a stepping stone in your career or your journey?
Definitely a stepping stone in my journey is when I went on tour with Casanova for 2 weeks. I'm still heavy into the music industry as far as like when it comes to video or just doing anything for somebody, because I just like hip hop. I like hip hop a lot. And after I got that chance, after Summer Jam in 2018, it opened my eyes to a lot of things. One with the industry, but then two, the workload that they do have. Seeing it from the outside in. Well, always looking at it from the outside in. Now I'm actually in the picture. I just see how crazed their days are, or how much stuff they really got to do and then get done, and then on my end flipping stuff. So even though that experience in the beginning, I was like, damn, like why did I take this? But I was still able to push it through, and it gave me a new outlook on how I can maneuver right now. If I get another opportunity like this, like, do I really want to do it, or should I just do it because it's this person? It could lead me to this. But yeah, I mean, I think that was one of the biggest experiences I had that I don't regret, because it gave me a whole new just genre, I guess, into video.
Word, that's what's up. So, going on tour Casanova and taking photos of people, who dabble into music, do you feel like that, kind of pushed you more into, you wanted to take that into your own right?
I feel like it did a little bit because I've been in it, like, in just the industry in general, probably like the last like 3 years. Yeah, probably for like the last 3 years. I was just analyzing mostly. So I analyzed how certain artists move, or how to build a body of work before you actually release it, and then adding on to what I already know from video and photography, stuff that people will want to see visually, is giving me more of a bigger load to work with, one, but then also a delivery. That's going to be like the main focus. Like, it's my deliver, because if I can get my delivery right out to the people, then like the sky's the limit on how far I can actually go with this new path in my career, to be honest.
Word. So what is it that you want people to feel through your art? Not just music, but like through your photos, videos, whatever type of art that you're putting out. What's like your main passion, or your main message through your art that you want to convey to people?
I want people to really understand the care and the patience that comes with the art, and not just rushing it just to have it out there, just to put it out there, because the best projects are always the one that take the longest, or the ones that you only have a limited amount of time, or a limited amount of photos or film or whatever you're using to actually create. And I feel like with me, I do best under pressure, like when I know I'm getting closer to a deadline, or I know that, if I don't put this out by the end of this week, like, I know I'm not going to feel right about putting it out next week. So me, when I feel under pressure, I feel like I work at my best, and I get to tap into new sides that I haven't seen before. So, and that goes for all my creative stuff, to me.
Word. So, do you ever see yourself, ever getting to a point where you could say, look back and say someone that you see coming up is in the same position as you? Would you be that person to start mentoring and start trying to show people that's behind you the ropes the same way not necessarily other people have shown you the ropes, but you've gained inspiration from other people and you've applied it to your own life, and you set your own standard for yourself as far as like where you want to be held at, socially, artistically, all of that. So how do you want to convey that to the people coming up behind you, like the next generation?
I want the next generation to really I really want them to not care as much when it comes to, not criticism, but when it comes to what you actually put out there. Care enough to what you're creating, but don't care as much into what people are actually going to think, because you always have to be prepared for criticism. Whether it's good criticism or bad criticism, you have to always be prepared for it. So don't hold back. Don't think that something is bad just because you don't like it. Somebody else might like it. And never hold yourself to a lower standard. Like, even if you're beginning, like, and you're like, and you want to say, I'm gonna get this good, I'm gonna make a picture look this nice by next year, and then you trust your word, and the next year you could be as good as that picture that you exampled last year. So as long as you're setting goals for yourself, but not setting them so strategic to where you're like planning out your life, like you still have to go every day as if it's something new, because you never know what's going to happen. And just don't try to be so like, this is that, because you won't allow yourself to new things. You'll just be chasing the things that you really want, rather than what other people want to see for you. because then those new things could come and then your whole criteria could change. You're like, oh, never mind, I don't even want to do this anymore. So the new generation is like, it's going to be something else. With the way like technology and everything is going on now, and how they're actually born into it more than us. Their advancements and mindsets and just creativeness in general has started young, just from getting on the phone. So now imagine that like 10 years from now, when they want to pick up a camera or a laptop or something like that, or just do anything that's artsy, it's going to be a takeover for real.
For real. Do you feel like the whole production game is going to change within the next couple of years with everything shifting? Like, do you see people taking pictures the same, recording the same, making music the same?
I honestly feel like I think there's going to be a lot of all around people, like a lot of people that are just like, oh yeah, I do this, and that. Because a lot of people are tired of waiting on others to get a job done. On that comes with me too. Like since now that I do music, I direct my own music videos because I already direct videos itself. One thing I'm always gonna do is I'm gonna direct my music videos and I'm gonna edit them because I know my time span. I know when I want to get stuff done, and if somebody can't do it, I'm like, just let me do it. So yeah, like as far as production, I feel like people are just gonna be able to do it like right then and there. Like there's not gonna be any like waiting for anything else. Especially like with music, like I feel like the studio is gonna get outplayed soon, to where it's just gonna be, oh, everything's on my computer, I got everything right here, let's get it done. So it's just gonna be a lot of quicker things.
So you have any last remarks, you feel me, that you want to give out to the people?
I'm dropping a tape called Stigma coming soon. I don't have a release date yet, but it should be in the fall. For all my creators out there, literally just please don't hold back, because it's only going to limit yourself and it's going to limit your art. And always try new things. I mean, like, it's crazy how I never thought I was going to do music, and now look at me, I'm actually tapping into it. It's going to make a difference into my life. And it just matters how I allow it. So as a creative, make new things happen throughout your creativity, and then control the way you want those to impact your life, and you'll be perfectly fine, to be honest. Be good.
Or you want to give them your social medias and platforms?
Cool. Instagram, Films by JTG. Twitter, Films by JTG.
Hold up. It's just it be on the timer, my bad.
You good.
Alright, so any socials or platforms that you want to give to people, you feel me?
Instagram, Films by JTG. Twitter, Films by JTG. Website, filmsbyjtg.com. YouTube is Mir, MYR. SoundCloud is Mir, MYR. And I'm trying to think of one more. I got a Tumblr, but I don't even remember the name. Oh, you can find my other Instagram page, 728.miracle. 728.myrical. Man. Yeah, Stigma coming soon.
Or it was nice talking to you, bro.
Thanks, buddy.